Good morning. It's Wednesday again. I just got an email this morning from, oh, Gail, you sent me a message. I'll read that then. Good morning, Ellen. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Maggie. How are you guys? Hi, Gail. I saw you sent me a message. I'll go check that out. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Anita. How is everyone today? Hi, Lonnie. Oh, isn't this fun? You guys energize me. I had to reset up. Yesterday I was working on some videos for my Inspiring Art Collective. I needed to make like a little sales video for Facebook ads, which it is not my comfort zone. Good morning. Hi, Patty. To film myself. Hi, Tara. Hi, Sheila. I'm glad you always tell me you're Sheila, because you guys, when you have names, I can't remember who you are sometimes. Hi, Carol Ann. Hi, Jane. How are you? Yes, and I have a lot of paintings I need to get ready to ship out too. I've got varnishing to do. I have shipping and packing, and I have lots to do. But I'm getting ready for the Inspiring Art Collective, and I had to film. Isabel filmed me. I had to do a welcome video and talk about the first project. And so a lot of my stuff I filmed in my dining room because the light's better in there. So I had a lot of things that I had to bring back and set up this morning. And my intention was to get in here early and clean my entire palette off. But I just cleaned up the dry stuff and refurbished. And I think we're good to go. I hope you guys are well. Halfway through the week already. Well, almost. I guess at lunchtime today. And so I think just to change things up, I had so much fun yet painting my painted flowers. I love painting on this paper, and I'm going to go experiment with framing, I think, this week. We redid our bathroom. My husband and his friend have been redoing our bathroom for like 6 months, and it's almost finished. I have to go pick up the frame for the mirror. Well, the actual mirror, it's in there from my framer, which is next door to my office. So I'm going to do a round of picking things up today. So I want to experiment with some different ways of framing these paintings that I've been doing on the paper too. Hi, Megan and Raleigh. I love Raleigh. My friend Sam lived in Raleigh for a while, and then he lived right near there, and he just sold his house and moved to Philadelphia. It's a beautiful area. It was fun visiting there, but I'm happy that he's in Philly. It's much closer. So let me get going here. I was wanting to paint this yesterday. I've painted it 100 times, and I love, love, love it. And I'm just in the mood for painting blueberries today. I felt like it yesterday. Oh, so I was saying I did that other painting, and I loved how loose it turned out. Like it was really a little more raw, and that's always what I'm going for. So, good morning, Emily. So I am going to try to keep this really loose today. We'll see. I always feel like when I kind of make I want to leave that on, but not shining on the image. It's like progress is so slow with changing. Like I want my art to always change, and I feel like sometimes it gets in a rut and it looks the same, and then all of a sudden I'll like make something and it'll change a little bit, and I'll like, oh, I'm gonna embrace that change. I'm so excited about it. But like one will change, and then two won't, and then one or two might change, and then three won't, and then after a while it evolves. But it's not like all of a sudden something clicks in my mind and a change happens and it sticks. So we'll see what happens with this. It's trying to keep it loose. I love that looseness of it. And you would think in theory it wouldn't be very hard to accomplish that, but I don't know. It's a style. It's like your signature, and you're trying to change the way you write your name. You know, it would be really hard. And I got out, like I was working on for the Inspiring Art Collective. I wanted to do some fun things with color. So I bought this new color I want to play with too. It's called Azure Blue. I didn't really know what shade Azure was, and this is the only brand I could find. So there's going to be some Azure Blue in here for sure. She says, so lovely. I did a blueberry painting a couple weeks ago. I'm going to love yours. Thank you. Well, I hope so. Who knows? Hi, Judy. How are you? Hi, Lisa. All right, guys. Oh, I need more of my medium in here. I forgot I was running out of that. I feel like I need a big art supply run. I'm running out of everything. Kind of all happens at the same time, and I'm terrible at keeping a list of everything. Got to work on my systems so that I don't waste as much time. Sometimes I waste too much time because I don't have systems in place. That's something I want to work on. I'm not much of a systems person, so that's not going to be an easy shift, but it's always fun to try, right? Never say never. Let me tape that down. That's going to drive me a little crazy. Where'd my tape go? I don't know what I did with my tape. I think I have that upstairs also because I was using that. I wanted to film something else. You know what? I want to do it this way. I just want to. So, sorry about this. My not being prepared. Let me wipe that off. I wanted it the other way. I like the roughly edge at the bottom. Not that anyone's ever, like if you frame this, it's not going to be necessarily at the bottom. But I don't know. I just like it at the bottom, so we're going to put the bottom. So how is everybody? Anyone working on anything fun or exciting right now? I've been so busy working on my collective, and I'm going to launch Art in Bloom. If you guys have any questions about that, I've realized a lot of people aren't sure about what the difference is between those two things. And I'd be happy to. I think I need to do a post about that. And I was working on a new blog post the other morning. I always get inspired by my ideas of things I want to do, like talk about in my blog in the middle of the night, and then I have to get up and write about it, or I know I'll completely forget. If I don't do something immediately, the thought goes away. I don't know if you're anything like me, but I cannot retain thought or an idea, and I'll think, oh, there's no way I'm going to forget that idea. It's such a good idea, and of course, I totally forget everything. Oh, you guys are right. And can't hear the... Oh, thank you, Ellen. Good. I'm painting birds now. Oh, I love painting birds. You know I love that. I need some new birds to paint. I need to find some new birds to paint. So I want to use some unexpected color and not have this be so... formal. I guess formal is a good word for it. Won't be too long. When is blueberry season? That's toward the middle of the summer. I can't remember if blueberries are in the middle of the summer or at the beginning. Well, I know strawberries are first, but you know, all these things are going to come around again, and going through winter really makes you appreciate it. Landscapes every day. That's fun. I need to work on my landscape abilities. Maggie and Mags. It's Arches oil paper. It's something I've been playing around with, and I love the texture of it. It looks like watercolor, kind of watercolor paper. What is like watercolor paper, but it's for oils. And I am just really loving it. I think I don't know if it's that I love the paper so much or if I just needed a change, and it's doing that for me. Lonnie said, doing an abstract landscape challenge for March. Oh, that's fun. It's a good challenge. Lose small watercolors. Oh, I would like that. Oh, you bought it too. Good, Maggie Ann. Yes, I need more art supplies. I'm going to get more paper. I have some prepped. I put gesso on it, and that was something I love, the stage of putting gesso on the paper. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's a mindless thing, like mowing the yard. Blueberries, right. Oh, thanks, Jim. July 4th to the 7th. Oh, they do. Well, that's a good way to remember July 4th. Wonderful. And July 4th, you do eat blueberries a lot, I think. Jane McGee said, do you paint directly on the paper or do you have to prep it? I prep it with gesso. I put like 2 or 3 coats of gesso. Yeah, I enjoy putting gesso on. I have a few ready. I have to get paper to do it with, but like that's the kind of thing I do when I want to come in the studio and I have a little time, but my brain's too tired to think real hard. Because I always think painting doesn't take a lot of thought, but really it does. It's just like, what's it, kind of latent? Is that the right word? It's like thoughts that go on behind the scenes. Like you don't think you're thinking really hard about things, but then when you're finished with a painting and walk away, you're exhausted. Do you know what I mean? But if you told me, was it challenging? Did you have to work hard? I'd be like, no, it kind of just happens on its own. But I think it really does take a lot more mental effort than I think sometimes. You know what I mean? Lonnie said, do you sand the gesso or paint right on it? I do not sand it. I do sometimes if I gesso. I've been gessoing these panels, like bigger canvas, these. That's like a real thick canvas. And I'll sand that lightly, but I don't sand the paper, you know, because I think I like the texture of the paper enough that I wouldn't want to sand that out. Is that azure? Gail, it is, no, I didn't put the azure out. I don't know if this is transparent or not, but let's play with it. And I don't even have it out on my palette. That was the blue you're asking. It doesn't look transparent, but we'll play with it. Is the the one that I was just using. I love this magnesium blue hue. That's what that blue is in there. Do you pre-mix all your colors? Yes, I will pre-mix them in a couple minutes. You don't have to pre-mix your colors. I just find that if I have all my colors kind of ready to go, I can dive into the painting and not, you know, it's kind of, when you're mixing colors, you're kind of starting and stopping all over again. And if you pre-mix them, you can just kind of dive in knowing that you have everything you need, at least basically. I mean, you don't really need to. I just think it's a good habit to form, pre-mixing. I have a lot of light coming in the window. I can't see very well. Oh, let me try to see what the azure looks like. Yeah, I think this is opaque. It's pretty. I love the blueberries. What's your app? Oh, I use an app called #Grid. I think that's what it's called. I always forget that it's this app. Oh, it doesn't tell me what it's called. It looks like this. You see that little green square? I think it's Grid hashtag or #Grid. Maybe somebody on here remembers. Oh, good, Lonnie. Good. I'm glad you're learning. Yeah, it's like you can think about that part of the painting. And then when it's time to dive into the rest of the painting, you're all set to go. I need some darks. Did any of you guys join Emily's making artwork course with me? I don't get the list of who joined with me for a couple more weeks, and I'm excited to know who's in my group for that. Just looking for my very dark areas. Oh, the dark. Jane, I mixed a little bit of raw umber. I always get my umbers confused. Grid hashtag. Thank you, Carol Ann. Ivory black. What is my brown? Brown. I love this brown. I never thought I'd say those words together. Oh, I was telling you what. It's brown, and I mixed a little purple in it. I don't know where I put my brown paint. Oh, I also want to play around with, I have indigo too. Bing. Yes, Ellen, yeah, I know you are. Yay. Yeah, so my I'm calling it Inspiring Art Collective. I think I wish I would have called it, which I could still change it because it's going to be a work in progress, the whole thing. But my membership group, I call it the Inspiring Art Collective, but I kind of wish I would have called it the Inspiring Art Society. Does that sound like more fun? I don't know, kind of does. But that registration opens next week. It'll be open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then the first activity we're going to do is on Friday, I think it's the 19th. I'm not sure. Lonnie says, one thing I learned about your pre-mixing is that not doing it is a big reason my brushes were a hot mess. Oh, when I use the palette knife, my brush stays so much better. Yeah, one of those. I never even thought about that either, Lonnie, and it is easier to mix with a palette knife, I think. All right, we'll do some of the pigment sticks first. And then mix some colors. Yeah, so I'm super excited for that to start. I feel like these things that I do, like it takes forever to go from an idea to actually implementing it. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I feel like my ideas come and then I think about it for a while and then I'll start to move on it and it just feels like it's so slow. Kathy says, yes, I'm starting Monday. I did not have, oh, okay. Do you know if they're taking requests? Well, that's if you use the link that I shared to sign up. Like mine's not really, like she talks about her peer groups. Mine's not really a peer group. It's just I had a link, and if you signed up with my link, then I was doing a little extra group. What about it? Judy, what about it? Collaborative. Oh, I like that idea too. Yeah, because I want it to be like a community thing where you guys like talk about things and say, oh, I wish we could learn this. And yeah, I want it to be kind of that space where I always want to experiment with a million things and my mind's going in a million directions and I want to play with this and that and I just never have time. But if I'm doing it for the group, I'm going to have to make time, right? I'll get to play with all the things I want to do. Like those jelly plates or jelly things where I don't know even what you do with them, but it always intrigues me. It's kind of rubber stampish and like cold wax and I don't know. I get excited to learn anything about art. It's kind of fun just like that, isn't it? Oh, Karen says, oh, my colors keep me focused. Yeah, it keeps me, I need help staying focused. I need to hire implementers to take care of all the dream ideas. I know. Well, you know, Ellen, it's good to have them all because some of them stick and some of them don't. I was going to write a blog post too about marbles. The other day I took a photo of marbles from my sister and I wanted to do a whole post about, I always think of ideas as like marbles. I have a million marbles in my head and I'm rolling them around and thinking about them. And the ones that roll around the most and get shiniest, those are the ideas that you follow and implement. And I don't know that I have any control over what they are. I think that they just seem to happen. Okay, jelly. Yes, would you say the jelly? Oh, are they, Lonnie? Yeah, I never had one of those. Oh, what have I? Oh, those are these are called RNF pigment sticks, and they're like oil paint in stick form. Can you see that? So I have a lot of sun coming in here. I can't see. Look how much sun there is. But I just kind of do that to loosen up. And I have to get better pre-mixing. Yes, it's like everything. Like painting is building a habit. It's like forcing yourself to create a habit that after a while, it becomes a thing that you don't have to think about. All the parts, whether it's color mixing, like, you know, instead of having to think so hard about it after a while, when you do it over and over again, it becomes intuitive. Intuitive's the word. Okay, what do I need blues, huh? Thank you, Shifa Raymond. This is indigo. It's a really, I wanted to find, look how, it's a really stainy blue. I love it. And I think blueberries are very indigo. I love too, I never used to know the difference between colors. Like I couldn't tell you what was a cerulean blue, what was a cobalt blue, what was ultramarine blue. And now I know. It's a good thing to know. It's a nice deep. I'm going to add a little bit of red in there just to give it a little, like if you just did your dark, dark areas in black, it gets a little flat looking. I like when your dark areas have a lot of colors in them. It gives it kind of more, makes them more alive somehow. That's beautiful blue, isn't it? So pretty. What's everybody having today? Coffee or tea or something else more fun? I'm having my usual coffee. I switched to tea for a little while. Someone had given me the idea of drinking tea that helps me not clear my throat so much. And I really liked it, but I ran out of it and have yet to order more. I really should. I'm going to mix azure in there. But I never knew about azure blue. It kind of reminds me of that ultramarine or the manganese blue hue. Coffee, hot lemon water, good for you. I want to start doing that too. My college roommate does that. Hot lemon water. It's a good habit. Coffee and a bagel. Anita, that sounds amazing. I love a bagel. I never eat breakfast till we're finished. I usually never eat breakfast till like 10 o'clock. Even getting up that early, I'm never hungry. I shouldn't say that I'm always hungry. I'm just never hungry early. Look at those fun blues. All right. You know what I wanted to play with, and I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to mix some, I have this ivory black. I'm going to see, I'll put it over here where it belongs instead of putting it in the middle of my palette because then I end up throwing it away when it might not even be dry. I'm going to see what color this makes if I add a little of this lighter blue into it. It really is quite gray. Maybe I'll add some ultramarine blue in there. It's a nice color. Nice gray blue. I'll put some here and add a little more, make it a little darker. It's fun to experiment. I actually went for another activity that would be fun to do. I went to Lowe's the other day to get grout for my bathroom and picked up some color paint chips. I think it would be fun to practice mixing colors and matching them to color paint chips. Of course, I could do it PMS chips too because I have lots of them at my house because of my job. Are you mixing with white or pale blue? Teresa, I have, I'm using a pale blue because if you use white, sometimes it gets a little chalky. I like to mix with other colors, and this is one that oh, Payne's Gray would be nice. I wonder if I have, so I did want to play with that too. I was thinking about Payne's Gray the other day. There is a little bit of a red blueberry. I'm going to put a little green in that to neutralize it. And then make it a little lighter with, maybe with white. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's cool color. All right, I need to have that little redder too. I need this. Redder is not a word, is it? I use it all the time though. I need to make it redder, more red. That's pretty. What brushes? Megan, I will be using these Rosemary and Company Eclipse Short Flat. And someone was just writing to me and it was Joy London was telling me about some brushes. I was wishing for larger brushes like than this, and Rosemary does carry something. I ordered them, so I'll have to share them with you guys and let you know about them when I get them. She was talking to me and she said, I know you were wishing for larger brushes and these are similar. And I ordered them 5 minutes later because I'm going to put a little bit of a light yellow over here. Do you share your photos for others to use for reference? Yeah, I do sometimes, sure. Especially the ones that I do in the mornings here. Probably not all of them, but the ones that, like I could send this. Sometimes I add them to, I post them on my blog along with the video after it's, finished filming. And sometimes I'll load the photo up. I could do that with this today. I think that needs to go a little more red. I need like the little yellow areas that are in there. They're not really yellow, but trying to use more neutral colors like this also. I tend to go really bright all the time. Oh, thank you, Joy. Yes, I ordered those right away. Can't wait till I know they shipped. Not in the art store. You have to order them online. And they're reasonably priced and they're really well made and I love, love, love them. So these are really the only brushes I get. And they also have the medium that I use there. I love this. It's called Zest It. And I get this from Rosemary and Company too. That's what I use in that base layer. You're welcome. All right, I want to keep this. Oh, that's right, yes. A full line of Rosemary brushes. Wind River Arts. I have to look them up. Now I want to do my intentional brush strokes. Look, it's kind of running in there. I love how that looks. I doubt that that'll stay there, but I love like the little, where it was a little too wet. So where's everybody tuning in from this morning? I'm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Do you have a list of supplies in your highlights? No, I don't. I have, like for the Inspiring Art Collective, I have a list of supplies. And if you're doing that with me, there's a list that I give of my favorite oil painting and my favorite acrylic supplies. And if you do that, you don't have to use all the same supplies that I use, but I give my favorites in case you want to use some of the same ones. But I know, like doing all these different kind of art activities in there, it can get expensive to have to buy so many things. But I want to make it that, whenever you learn something, whether I watch other people paint in ways, I want to see where everybody's from. I'm sorry, I'm missing this. And even if I'm watching someone, say, paint with acrylic paint and I don't have the same stuff, I still ordered yesterday, they shipped yesterday. Oh, good. Okay, Seattle, Saskatchewan, Canada. Malin said hi to Joy. Nita, Iowa, Ottawa, Canada, Coastal Virginia, Ringgold, Georgia, North Florida, Tallahassee, Hull, Massachusetts, Two Rivers, Wisconsin, Ireland, Atlanta, Georgia, Arbor, Michigan, Kitchener, Ohio. Can you take your oil class doing acrylic? Oh, yeah. I don't know why you couldn't. My oil class is doing it like this, in the layers with transparent colors and things, and that's something I want to experiment with in acrylics. So I would say yes, but since I've never done it, I'm not sure, but I would love to say if I have time when I do this next time. So I'm going to have my Art in Bloom course come out again. It'll start May 6th, but it'll be open for registration May April 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th that week. I might do the course alongside if I have enough time and do it in acrylics, because I really do want to improve my acrylic vocabulary, let's say. Virginia. Oh, no, wait, I missed something back here. Lonnie said Nashville, and this is our 1-year anniversary of the tornado. Oh, wow. Thankful for a sunny morning. New homes going up all around us. That's good to hear. Rebirth of new things. North Carolina. I love North Carolina. Italy. Oh, how lovely. I was thinking I was going to be teaching in Italy before COVID happened and everything changed, but hopefully that'll be back on my calendar again soon. That sure would be fun. And my youngest is going to be going to college next year, so I think I'll be able to do some other fun, I won't be landlocked to being home all the time quite as much as I am now. All right, North Carolina, Scotland, North Carolina, lots of North Carolinas. Alan's in Virginia. Oh, Joy, it's Virginia. Dallas, Fort Worth area. I painted your asparagus painted in acrylic and it worked well. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that you could definitely just take the same ideas and do it with transparent and opaque acrylic paints. Have you ever tried water mixable acrylics? Or you mean oils, water soluble oils? Because all acrylics are water mixable. I really feel tempted. Oh, yes. I actually have a whole bunch of them here from Winsor Newton, sent them to me to demo. So maybe I'll do that as one of our Wednesday morning lives. I'm definitely going to do it in my collective, demo their product. And I have to do it on social anyway because I said that I would. So I'm going to try it. So I'll do it soon and see how it all works. Doing water mixable. I have tried them only once I did a class with my friend Beth Bathe, and she does everything with water mixable, water soluble oils, and I really like them. It's just hard to make that leap, Yeah, I'd love to play with it. Jed Dorsey is a great acrylic artist. I'll have to look him up. I love learning from other artists. I will never not love doing that. That's what I do when I go to bed at night. If I'm tired and get in bed, I won't watch television. I'll watch other people paint. There's something so relaxing about watching someone paint. All right, I need to think about keeping this. I need to intentionally think about what I'm doing here. Sometimes I lose my focus. Got a little... I like that purple in there. It is relaxing, yeah. It's relaxing to paint, and it's relaxing to watch other people. Whoop. Not too much of my brush. A hard edge right there. Searching zested on rosemary. Lonnie, you have to look under, I think there's brushes, and then there's, oil brushes. And to the right, I think, on the list, there's, I don't know what category it is. Is there an other category or something? Or is there a search thing at the top? I'm sure you probably already tried that. It's definitely there. Oh, accessories. Yes, that could be it. Art accessories. I love Grumbacher acrylic paint. Very smooth, no smell. Or maybe I'm just killed all my smell skills. Oh my gosh, I know. And I was varnishing paintings the other day. Could really smell it. And it's funny, you just don't know what is and isn't toxic necessarily, and just because it smells bad doesn't mean it's any worse than something that doesn't smell bad at all, which is a little frightening. But for the most part, I try to use non-toxic supplies. Yes, saying there, but pulled up a list of, I'll try again later. Oh, okay. What am I doing here? I have no idea what I'm doing. Not a little darker. My coffee's in the way. What do you varnish and how? Judy, I wait a long time. I try to wait like at least a month to varnish. And I use either the one I was playing. Oh, I have it right here. So I was playing with varnishing on paper. And I think my spray varnish is upstairs because I was going to, let me grab this. I was going to order more. I'm almost out of it. Oh, where did that varnish go? Huh, I just used it the other day. You know, it's not a big space. There's no reason why I lose my stuff. It's crazy. Do you guys ever do that? Like, I just used it. What did I do with it? I don't know. Yikes. But it's a varnish by this company, the company that makes like the cleaning solvent that I use. It's called Chelsea. I use this Chelsea cleaner, brush cleaner, and this company makes a varnish. And I was using it yesterday and lost it. Now I've got to find it because I wanted to finish varnishing this and take this to play with framing options. So I don't know if you could see, like there's a line in the middle. Oh, here, if I turn it, you can see a little bit. So this, now I already forget. I think this side I varnished with liquid varnish, and this side I varnished with spray varnish. And should I have a little line going up the middle, you can really not tell a difference. I don't know that I like one more than the other. It did bring out more color, the gloss. It looks nice. I like how it looks, but I like both. I like the spray, and the spray is definitely easier. But if you want like brush strokes for your varnish, then you'd want to use the brush varnish. So there's something charming about it, but I also think it seems so much more toxic. Like the spray varnish I just do outside. I love listening because it sounds so much like myself and I don't feel so crazy. Yeah, I know. Can't sleep. Marbles. Yes. All artist brain. A million ideas. Can't keep up with them all. Chasing them everywhere. Yeah, it's craziness. Although I do love when the ideas come and they stick and you implement them. It is magic. And it's almost like you do all that thinking and then you have to let go and stop thinking, and then that's when all the fun happens. Do you like painting on paper as compared to canvas? I do. And I don't know that there's anything pro or con one way or another. I think I'm just enjoying it right now. I think I needed a little bit of a change. And I started doing this and it felt good, but it's not like I like it more than something else. I really like, you know, the panels that I do that are the ampersand gesso panels. I like all of it. I look for my phone when I'm talking. Yes, Anita, I've done that too. It is scary. Scary, scary stuff. My daughter Emily, I don't know if she's still watching, she got me one of those squares, or I don't know what they're called, for my phone, where I put a thing in my purse and then I put the app on my phone and then I put the square thing on my keychain. So when I lose things, you just hit a button and a thing goes off so you can find it. And I think it's like self-fulfilling prophecy, since she gave me that for Christmas. A tile, Emily, thank you. It's called a tile. I haven't used it yet because I haven't lost anything, which is crazy. Because Emily knows that I lose everything. That's scatterbrain. And I always tried to change it, like not to be like that. Like my dad never wanted me to be scatterbrained, and I don't think my husband does either. But I can't change it. I just don't know how. It's how my brain works. There's some things you can't change. I try to be an organized person. Try all the time. Like this morning, I decided I'm going to really try to pay attention to implementing some systems so that I'm not so disorganized. Like the other day, and this is full disclosure, I sold a whole bunch of paintings, and I usually put them in a place, and I put, like, when I sell them, when I get paid, like I put everything together. And I think that I was too busy with work and I didn't do my system. And I saw like 2 or 3 paintings and I had no idea who bought them. No idea. I had to go back and look through. Because a lot of times I'll sell them right away on Instagram before I even list them on my website, which is very disorganized. Like in theory, I should paint this, let it dry a little bit, let it on my website, and then post it. And then if people want to buy it, they buy it from there, and it's all clean, and then it goes like it's all organized. But no, can't do that. Nope. I wish I was organized like that. 10 minutes daily organizing goes a long way. It does get overwhelming. You have so many things to think about. And I try, like I do, I've been getting up extra early and sitting down and making like a to-do list. So I know exactly how I'm tackling my day. But it just goes awry so quickly. As soon as like one client calls and something needs to be done right away, everything else gets pushed off to the side. And then when I come back to it, I can't remember where I was. It's crazy. I want to let some of this stuff show through. I don't want to be feel like I'm getting too tight. I'm not talking and not thinking about my painting, I think. You're making me want to repaint my blueberry painting. Oh, thank you. It's fun to put all those kind of extra colors in there. I want to let that show through. Think about what I'm doing. Putting down those intentional brush strokes. Yes, it won't be long. But the July 4th to the 7th. I love knowing that. I never knew that. That's the kind of thing my stepmother was always aware of, is when things would be in season. Good morning, Izzy.
Hi, Mom.
How are you?
Good. I'm going to make breakfast.
Okay, what are you going to make for breakfast?
What I made yesterday.
Ooh.
Do you want some?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thanks. Way to start the day watching you. Thank you, Jane. Yes, I'll put the blueberry reference photo on my blog, on my website, when I post this. Yeah, we discovered this past year from our neighbors that there's a grocery store. It's kind of a country place, and that they get these blueberries in, and when it's blueberry season, everybody goes there for them. So my husband went and got like 2 huge boxes of blueberries, and of course no one could eat any until I took photos. Oh, Izzy Ellen said hello. That's my daughter Isabel came down. She's gonna make me breakfast. How fun is that? All right, I gotta stay on task here. It's 8:44 already. Time flies when you're painting, doesn't it? That should be the real saying. Time flies when you're painting. Or having fun. That works too, because painting is fun. So fun. I get this kind of grayish blue in here. Oh, you're welcome, Sheila. Yes, I love going to market. So everybody wondered when I do the collective. I'm going to have to do a tour of market one of these times. That will be fun. I don't know if I told you this. I used to work at that market when I was young. My first job was at a place called Weaver's, and they make or they sell meats and cheeses. And when I had my working papers, when I was like in my well, actually, I did it all the way through till I was in college. I worked there. I didn't walk around taking photos, but I should have. Looking, where are my darks? Ellen said, finally got to market after 1 year. So many new stands. Yes, Ellen, and they have some of my favorites. They have empanadas now and pierogi stand. We're getting some really fun things. And Zootropolis is going to have a stand there, I think, with food and then like with cocktail mixers. I think you can buy like, is it Zootropolis? Maybe it's Thistlefinch. I'm getting a little confused. Or maybe it's Thistlefinch will have like their vodkas and stuff, and Zootropolis will have mixers for them, like some really fun things. And all the regulars. Can anyone recommend an app for room that you can superimpose your paintings? Yeah, Jane, anyone on here have any ideas? I have art. I do have one, but I can't think of what it's called right now. Art. Anybody else think of it? Art Rage? Is that what it's called? Is that an app where you can do that? Add your paintings to a room? Yes. You will love Market. I already have plans to go on Saturday. Unless my son gets put in an offer on a house in Baltimore. I think if he would get the house, we might be going to Baltimore, because now in Pennsylvania we can go out of state. But I don't know if that'll happen. It's really hard buying houses right now. They go so quickly. Art Rooms app. Oh, thank you, Michelle. $47. I'm looking at my time. Looks nice. Okay. I love Lancaster. So, yeah, it's so clean and fun. It is. Yep, travel now. A little bit. I don't want to go wild and crazy, but I would love to get out in the world a little bit. Have some plans. Although I do love having my weekends with no plans. I really have enjoyed it because I know that I can get up like on Saturday morning, go to market and come home and paint, like, you know, because there's probably nothing I'd rather do, but I do feel a need to get out into the world and see people and hopefully have a workshop sometime soon. That would be amazing. All right, now I need to look for some kind of fun, bright areas. I feel like I'm brushing around too much. I always tell you to put down brush strokes and leave it. My family's from Altoona. My husband family from Bethlehem, PA. Oh, really? Yeah, that my son Alex went to Lehigh, which is in Bethlehem. It's a great little town. Oops. I was just thinking about going to a smaller brush, but I don't see any reason to do that. I've done this whole painting with the same brush, which makes it super easy. All frames. Oh, hall frames, that's a good one. Partly because I think it keeps it looser to use big brush, and partly because then you have less to clean up. Because you don't want to have too much to clean up before you go back to work. Where else do I see some lights that I want to... Push this back a little bit right here. Okay, what else do I need? I need a little dark in there. Holding my breath. I like my, okay, I need some lights. Soften that right there. So where else do I have some really light areas here? I never finished this. Oops. They always look so amazing. Afraid to try them. Anita, just try them. You know I always say you've got nothing to lose. Just try them. You can paint them like 100 times and it'll keep getting better. I think we put too much expectations that like every painting's going to turn out or that you're going to love it. Just do it. Enjoy it. And you learn. Every single painting you do, you learn. Learn and learn and learn. And it never ends. It never ends for me. I feel like I'm only at like, I don't know, what would I say? 20% of my abilities of what I have yet to learn and grow and do with my art. Because you got nothing to lose. And I know I have to tell myself that. Whenever I write my blog posts, I'm really talking to me. I always figure you like to hear it too, but it's all things I need to hear and remind myself of. And there are a lot of things. Whoops, that made a little bit of a line there that I didn't want. I don't know. Am I done? Am I getting too... I'm going to get too... too detailed here, and I don't want that to happen. It might have already happened, but I still like it. It's hard to keep blueberries that loose. All right, I think I'm calling. Well, wait. You know, there's always one more thing you could play with, but then after a while, your one more things start to go south, and that's when you should stop. And I think I'm right about there. I want a little bit more of a... my thing's kind of going the wrong way. I want more of an edge here. There, I think that's good. Every time we sing around the house, we don't expect to be hit record. To paraphrase Emily, yes. That's right. You don't need to have it be anything but a fun process. And if something amazing happens, great, but you just keep playing with it and having fun with it, and it'll come. I'm just looking around. I think I'm finished. I'm doing south on, going south on a marker illustration. Do you mean you're not liking it? Is that what you mean? It's going south. Okay, so I will post this then on. So there's the painting, and there's my palette. I did make like another little white color in the middle of it. Rosa says, hello everyone, long time since I've been able to join. No, wait, no, I'll turn this around. I started a job about 2 or 3 months ago as a caregiver. I've been looking after people who have COVID. Oh, good. Well, thank you for doing that. Well, it's great seeing you guys. So, yeah, I will. You probably have seen you seen any of the ads? I've been doing some Facebook ads for my membership, and I'll do it for my Art and Bloom course too. So if you have any questions about any of those things, let me know. I'd love to have you in the membership or in the course, because it is just so much fun. And, oh, good, Joy, I'm glad you came. Lonnie, great. And I'll save this, and I'll put it on my blog and also on my YouTube channel. So if you go in there to YouTube, like it or whatever, so it's good to keep getting likes on everything. And you can always send me a note on my website, too. I love getting those. I love hearing from you guys. So thanks for coming. I hope you have an amazing day and a great rest of the week, and we'll see you again next week. See ya. Bye. Thank you.